and gentlemen, LevelMDiecast, Diecast Hall time. Yes, Diecast Hall episode 91. Episode 91 here on the channel. First time we're having some like actual NASCAR stuff. Kicking it off with this guy right here. This is from the NASCAR Super Truck Series by Craftsman. This is when the Super Truck Series was brand spanking new. The inaugural running. This is for Rick Corelli. I picked this guy up because he's a local legend here in Colorado. He's a local racer and made his way up to the big times. Met him a couple of times, so way back in the day. But I picked this one up just because I got this for $1. Can't beat $1. It's got rubber tires on it. Nothing particularly fancy. There's the Dietz in the back. It's pretty low key. Racing Champions. So 1995 Premier Edition. So it comes with a little trading card in the back, which just slides into the little plinth. So Rick Corelli, it is autographed. Obviously not his real autograph, but, you know, check it out. Denver, Colorado. That's right, buddy. Denver, Colorado. That's why I picked this guy up. He is a local short track guy. Made it big. Always good to see that. Always like that, especially, you know, coming from my state, which not necessarily a racing state. But this is the Chevy Silverado. Nothing particularly fancy on it. It says Chevrolet on the front. Does have rubber tires. Big, nice, wide rubber tires. Looks good. Casting is pretty decent. It's pretty heavy. You can see right out of the package, it's already got chips on it. So chip right there. So that is unfortunate right out of the package, but it is what it is. Goodyear Eagles on the tires, and then of course all the details on the front for Total. So they don't even have Total gas stations anymore. So throw that guy up there. Picked up a couple other ones only because they were $1. Picked this one up just because it's a Ram. Don't really know who the racer is. Lance Norrick. So this is the second running or whatever. So this is 1996. They changed the card art to be a little bit better, and then they just called it the Craftsman Truck Series after that, which I think is still called Craftsman Truck Series to this day. So a little stuck to the plinth in there. They added some red line wheels in there, which looks pretty good. There is, of course, the Ram truck. Not too shabby. These were made in China, so they're not exactly the nicest ones, but it looks okay. I'll take it. Details on it is pretty average. The production quality is pretty average. But they were pretty nice. They do have metal bases on them. So metal body, metal base. So there's quite a bit of heft to them. So put that guy right there. Again, just picked that up just because it's a Ram. And I also picked this one up too because it was $1 too. So this was the only other Ram that they had. So pick this up. This is for Walker Evans. I'm sure some of the old school guys watching might know who these particular drivers are. There is the deco for this one. Number 20 on there. Looks good. The casting's a little bit big in the front, but it's fine. You know, for being the very first iteration, the very first diecast company to make the Craftsman Truck Series, I thought they did an okay job. It wasn't perfect, but they did an okay job. Put that guy right there. Let's see here. What else we got in here? We got lots of Hot Wheels like we typically do, but I got some Auto Worlds first, and I don't typically buy the kind of lower series Auto Worlds. I don't like the plastic wheels, and I don't like the fact that they don't have opening features. Now, these two particular castings don't have opening features. These were designed kind of as the lower tier. So this is for Pony Power 1985 Mustang SVO, and of course that awesome 95 Probe GT. So they've done black, white. Now we have this teal color, which looks fantastic. So that is a relatively new casting. This is got this at Target for $10. They retail for $10. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why there's no rubber tires. But I'd rather them retail for like $14.99 and still have all the same, you know, bits and pieces as a regular Auto World. Just my own personal opinion. There is the Mustang SVO. Chrome wheels are fine, but the chrome on this kind of magenta color makes it look kind of blingy. This is a good casting. There's nothing wrong with the casting, but so it says "Too Pink for You" on the plate. It does have your Ford logo on there. Taillights look pretty average, and then of course the front end. I don't like this particular front end on the kind of Fox body styled Mustang. This front end is very ugly, in my opinion, but. The casting's fine. Also has a plastic base on there. There is the manufacturer date, which is October of last year. So, and this is new. This is a new release. So that is a ridiculously long production to market stature. That's just crazy. This is that ridiculously awesome Probe GT. It does have the exact same wheel as that one, but this one is in gray, which just looks way, way, way better. This turquoise color is absolutely fantastic. Really good quality on all of these models. This one looks especially nice. It says Seafoam as the color, because of course it is. And it does say Probe on there, 24 valve for a V6. And of course Ford on the underneath the taillight right there as well. Looks good. Looks good. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I love this probe casting. I just love the fact that Auto World makes the most ridiculous cars. It's so awesome. I'm really hoping one day that we'll get a 95. Actually, I'd like a 97 to 2000 Dodge Avenger. But if they make the 95, 96 Dodge Avenger, I guess that's fine. But if Auto World's watching, I really want you to make a Dodge Avenger. The original Avenger. Not the newer one with the 4 doors. The original 2-door Dodge Avenger. Which would be like the pinnacle of collecting for me. All right, here is the other one I have. This one is for Blue Oval. So we had Pony Power, now Blue Oval. So pretty much just a big old Ford parade. This is the same F-150 casting they use for the Ultra Premium. Basically, but it doesn't have any features on it. It doesn't have any moving or operating features. And of course, another probe. So I mainly bought it for the other probe. Arm the probe! I love Austin Powers. It's a good movie. Get that out of there. I guess we'll take a look at our F-150 first. Ugh. So this is our F-150. It is noticeably cheaper in hand, obviously, because it's got a plastic base on there, which is not good. This particular one was also manufactured in October of last year. The front end and details look good. The prints look very, very good. Headlights look very, very nice. Got your Ford Blue Oval in there. Looks good. Looks good. Actually, it's kind of a blackish blue. Looks good, though. Details and everything on it look very, very nice. I just don't really like the two-piece wheels. I don't think they look good. Plate on there says spruced. So kind of an interesting choice. The plate's a little bit skewed as well. So no opening tailgate, no opening hood. And the bed of the truck and the cab are just one piece all together. The premium casting has a separate piece for the bed itself. It is separate from the cab, which is pretty nice. But it is the exact same casting. It is the exact same size. Got some debris on this side. No big deal. That'll probably clean up, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't know if this truck fits. Ooh, it does not fit. So we'll put this guy right there. And then take a look at our probe. This one is pretty nice. I do like the color on this one. I don't like the chrome wheels. Again, makes it look too blingy, but the GT logo looks really, really good on there. The color is crazy. It's coral. But it looks okay. So Michigan plate on there. Great Lakes. So exact same details as the other one. This one is just in coral instead of seafoam. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Hopefully they do a tooled up version of this that has an opening feature and we get to see it in the really nice premium line. But I'm certainly not going to hold my breath on that one because I don't think that's going to happen. All right, as per usual, it is unfortunate, but as per usual, there is a lot of Hot Wheels in here. Viper ACR, this is a 2010 new model. This one is in red with the black hood. They also did white with the black hood. They did black with a red stripe. I don't know. They did like a bazillions of colors. I just didn't happen to have this one. This is the one that I just didn't happen to have, which is weird. Got this for $1, which is always good. Always like getting Hot Wheels for $1 because it's pretty much right where they're supposed to be. Although I would have paid at least $2 for this because it's a good main line. It's a good one. So nothing particularly fancy with it. Just says ACR on the side. Uses the bigger 5 spokes, the faster than ever style of 5 spoke. The black hood on there with the red stripe, which goes right there. And then of course the headlights are decoed up. The prints are not that great on this particular one. And then it has a chrome interior, which I think is just a stupid idea. There's nothing on this model that you need to have chrome bits for. I'm not really sure why they decided to do a chrome interior. It just blows me away. I mean, you don't have exhaust tips out the side or a grill piece or anything. There's literally no reason for them to have done a chrome interior, but they did a chrome interior anyways. All right, trying to get some of these older Grand Nationals. This is from Fast and Furious, the Walmart series that they did way back in the day. Number 1 of 6, this is the mix for this particular release. Grand National RX-7, Lancer, Monte Carlo 370Z, and of course the Impala. This is from 2018, so already a pretty old item for the most part. This is the really nice version of the Grand National, which has the opening hood section. So this one is in kind of a lighter black, grayish kind of gunmetal color. It does have the Grand National logo right there on the hood. Just uses the regular 5 spokes, nothing particularly fancy. No prints on the front and no prints on the back. But again, this is the nice version that has the opening front hood area. It just removes the entire thing. There's a little spot right here which just slides into the bumper. You slide it in, and then once you slide it in, you just push it down and it snaps in. Works good, works good. This casting was retooled to get rid of that. I'm sure they still have the original version of this casting that has the opening hood part, but that is by far the best version of the casting with the opening hood. Not that deco though. They've done better decos than that. But they're pretty much all black. I mean, it's Grand National. That's what you get. All right, I've been focusing on some of these CLK DTMs, and I was finally able to source the faster than ever versions. So this is the 2006 first edition. This one is in just silver, just solid silver. It's got a little bit darker silver on the top, I think. So we'll get this over. 16 of 38. Again, faster than ever. So they had 2 different versions of faster than ever logo. They had this one, and then we'll see what's on the next one. So there is our CLK DTM. So actually, I guess it's just one solid silver color. I thought it was a little bit darker on the top, but regardless, it does have the faster than ever's on there in gold, which looks decent. Has some front headlight prints, which don't look all that great. The interior is chrome. That's where you get your chrome grille up front, and of course the chrome exhaust bits out the back. The wing is a separate piece, and I think it's a pretty good casting. The size is really nice. The prints on the headlights have always been terrible. They just don't look very good. And then this was that era of Hotwheels where they were putting their little logo on the bases through everything, mostly through the inversion of bases versus interior pieces, which is fine. So just really trying to knock these down. There is the other faster than ever logo, which is just pretty much right in your face. This is a recolor for the 2006 first edition. This is the black stripes on silver. So this one's different than that one. It's not just black on that color. It's a different color entirely. So we'll get this one cracked out of there. This one is a lighter gray. It's pretty close, but it is a lighter gray, different finish to it, but it still has the faster than ever's. Of course, the black hashtags on it. The terrible headlight prints are still prevalent. Still has the same tinted window and chrome interior with the black wing out the back. No rear prints or anything like that. I like the little deco on the side. I think it looks good. But other than that, this casting's pretty nice. I actually kind of really like this one. So been hunting him down. I'm pretty close. I only have a handful of them left to get, and then I'll be good to go. All right, a completely different version. The Web trading cards for 2008. This one in blue, with the PR5s on there with a blue matching wing, which is really, really cool. Card art looks pretty nice. So we'll get this one on there. So there is our blue CLK DTM. Does have a little bit of silver on the side. Red striping on there as well. Does use the PR5s, which I think PR5s look good on this casting. This one looks pretty good in blue. The headlight prints on this one are much better. Just with some basic silver circles, which is fine. But the side profile is really nice. No rear prints on it. Again, this one looks really good in blue. I'm not really sure why, but it just does. I think it's because they used so many black and silvers throughout its whole production run. And we only got a reddish kind of color twice. We got a dark red with a black top, and then we got like a little bit darker red, maybe a little bit brighter red than that, which is one that I'm still missing, by the way. So it's also a web trading card. It's a recolor of that one. It's a reddish kind of color. Let's see here. We got one of these design challenge cars. The Honda Racer uses the 2-piece cold mold wheels. Looks pretty decent. Does have a Honda V10 in the middle. A Formula F1 V10 in the middle of this crazy contraption of a car. There is some of the other ones in the mix. You do have the Hot Wheels 40, the Gangster Grin, Mitsubishi Double Shots, the GMC Chevrolet Lotus Concept, and the Dodge XP07. All of these came out with two-piece cold mold wheels and special card art. They were pretty nice. Again, this was one of those things that was kind of ahead of their time. Wasn't really, people didn't really like concept cars. They didn't really like kind of the freestyle of what these were, which I think they're really nice. They have a lot of really good print on them, really good premium print. 2-driver car, 1 driver on each side, and then of course, Honda slathered on the top of that V10. Obviously, this model is relatively, I would assume would be relatively small, but the drivers look so unbelievably tiny compared to that V10, and it shouldn't even be anywhere near that. I mean, the drivers should be significantly larger, but maybe that's what Hotwheels did because that's all they could do for the scale. So nothing particularly fancy on the base, but not a bad one. Not a bad one. A little bit freestyle. I like freestyle here every once in a while, so throw that guy up there. This was a Volkswagen Special. This was a mystery mail-in or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. There is some details on the back. Nothing particularly fancy. 2005 was the year for this particular one. It says HotWheelsCollectors.com on the top for Volkswagen Special. This is the drag truck. Not the drag buzz, but the drag truck. Does have an extra little bit in there. Super, super heavy. It's all metal. It's all Diecast. There is the deets on there. Looks pretty good. HotWheelsCollectors.com has a number 05 on there. MC. It's maybe mystery car. Maybe that's what it stands for. Details in the front look pretty good. Details in the back does have some taillights on there. And the details on the opposite side does have an opening hood piece here, which is plastic, but there's a couple engines down in there. Looks pretty good with that ridiculous exhaust out the middle, but not too shabby. Not too shabby. I don't have very many of these, but if I come across them, I'll pick them up. I think I got this one for $2, maybe $3, which I thought was a pretty dang good deal. So throw that guy up there. All right, we do have the latest Kroger exclusives. 2025 Kroger exclusives. These are just dropping now. Honda CB750 Cafe. This is the Kroger exclusive color in kind of a bronze coffee kind of color, which I think looks really, really good. Has Honda on there. The gold striping on the wheels looks really, really nice. So it's average. It's average. I think it looks good. The charcoal color for the chassis itself looks pretty good as well. I do like this casting. I think they did a pretty good job on it. So, and of course it has that integrated kickstand, which is always nice. You can just have it chilling there. A color for the 68 Lotus Type 49. Again, this is the Kroger exclusive color. This one's kind of like half and half Zamek. So you do have your Zamek bits on there, which looks pretty good. Says Ford on there. Has the driver sitting down in there. That looks pretty good. The driver is part of the base, so it's metal. This one looks pretty good. The black bits you see on there are painted onto the Zamek. So, sorry about that. It is a Zamek model, but not designated the Zamek model. It looks pretty good. This casting is mostly metal too, which is really, really nice. Just all the chrome engine bits you see in the back here are plastic, and of course the window. Everything else is die-cast. Utilizes those nice kind of fat 4-spoke wheels, which I think look really, really good on a open wheel car. That's really nice. It's really nice. Not the best deco of that one they've done so far, but it's a dang good one for sure. All right, the Track Dwagon. Yes, this one seems to be very not popular as a Kroger exclusive, but it's fine. The colors are very out there, and of course it's a generic. But I still think it looks cool. It's a casting I collect. So metal base, plastic body, lots of vibrant colors on this one. I like the fact that the wheels in the back don't have any print on, and then just a little bit of print on the front. Looks good. Looks good. Obviously, it's supposed to be a drift car. I think they did a pretty good job getting that point across. It does have a blue window with a kind of a sea green interior. And you can see bits of the interior kind of all over the place here, and then a black base on it. It's very, very wild. It's very wild in the deco, which I think fits the whole motif of being a drift car. All right, but the last one for the Kroger exclusives, this one's way more down to earth. This is your Land Rover double cab. It's in the same deco that we've gotten twice this year already, just in an extra color. So we've seen the Yokohama deco twice already this year, but those were in different colors. I think it was yellow and red. Now we get it in green, which is fine. I think it looks good in the green. Full detail on the back, which is really nice. Really, really nice. British green. This one looks good. This is definitely the best of the three. This is the best color we've seen of this particular one this year. I think they did a pretty good job on it. I think green is really, really, really nice. And it's a pretty good cab. It's a pretty good casting for the double cab, which is nice. All right, so I have a variation right here. So this is the 348 from the collection. This has the 3-spoke on there with the tan interior. Got a Ferrari logo on there, and then of course Hot Wheels in the back. It's a pretty common piece. I mean, you can find it anywhere. It's always on eBay. It's always available. It's about a $3 car. It's really not particularly rare. But I found this particular one, and this is a variation that I did not know existed. So this is also a 3-spoke with a tan interior, but this has the large open Ferrari logo versus this one, which has the basic Ferrari logo. So very, very different between the two logos. Very dramatically different. I am not aware of this particular logo. Couldn't tell you how rare it is. I paid $10 for this car. I paid $10 for this car. Do I think it's worth $10? No. However, I have never ever seen this variation before. So at that rate, I think $10 is probably worth it, considering I've looked at a lot of Ferraris over the years. And this being older Ferraris, this is the kind of stuff I kind of collect a little bit. Not everything, but this one's really nice to collect. There's a bazillion variations with it. But same 3 spokes with the tan interior, but the logo on the front is quite dramatically different between the two. Pretty much night and day. So I thought that was kind of interesting, so we'll throw that guy up there. Put this other one to the side. All right, Hot Wheels RLC. Yes, RLC. This is the pink party car. This is the 55 Bel Air Gasser pink party car. So we'll get this out of the blister. There we go. This one I got on RLC.com. It was like $27, $28, something like that. They are no longer numbered, obviously, so that is unfortunate. I am not a fan of the Neo Classics wheels. I really don't like those. It fits this car just fine. It looks good on this car. I just don't like those wheels. I'm just not a fan. And I think a lot of people have been kind of turned off to this particular Gasser just because of the wheels. Just my personal opinion. So we'll get the Gasser out of there. Try to keep our grubby paws off of the Spectre Flame other than the base, because that's just what it is. So there is our 55 Bel Air. It is Super Max Chrome everywhere. Interior looks pretty nice. Has some pink seats, which looks really, really cool. Of course, those Neo Classics wheels. Just not a huge fan of those. Just not. Details in the front look very, very nice. Super crisp. Details for the engine. Maximum chrome bits. The paint for the rear section is really nice. It's a really nice pearl white. Looks really, 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 really good. This is actually really, really nice. There is the deets in the back. Hot Wheels, it says Gasser, but with 55 in there. Looks good. A little bit of print there on the deck lid. So Red Line Club, it says. Very, very cool. This is a very, very nice piece. And of course, full chrome base. All metal. Looks very, very good. Totally worth it. Love it. This is really, really, really good. Probably not the best Gasser they've done. I think even if we got rid of the Neo Classics, I still don't think it would be the best Gasser, but it's a pretty good Gasser. I think we're going to put that one up at the top. There we go. Slide that guy in there. Here we go. And then I also got my Toyota truck. This is a completely different end of the spectrum. So I have already opened this from the box, although I have not taken it out of the Protecto acrylic case. It comes with a couple pieces of plastic in there, and man, it is just designed to hold it in there. And sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate. We'll just do it that way. we'll just do it that way. We'll do it the simple way. So we'll get this guy out of there. Try not to touch the Spectra Flame paint on it. There is our Toyota SR5 looking absolutely fantastic in proper Toyota colors. It says Toyota 4-wheel drive on the quarter panel. That is I believe that is a new wheel for Real Riders. And looks good. Looks good. New tire too, I think. It looks really, really nice. This one does have added on mirrors, which is very, very interesting. Details on the front look good. There is your little Toyota symbol right there in the grille, the old school Toyota symbol. Details on the back says Toyota on the back, the 4-wheel drive. Very, very cool. Black bumpers on this one as well. Very, very nice. Integrated roll bar, which looks good. That roll bar is plastic. It is not metal, but it's plastic, but that's fine. It does have a opening tailgate. So tailgate works pretty good. Tailgate folds down, no big deal. Looks good. I think if you mess with it too much, it'll kind of lose all of its friction. And then of course it does have an opening hood to reveal presumably an SR20 underneath there. So get that up there. Details look pretty good under the hood. Got an air cleaner on there. Of course, this is back in the day. This is more than likely carbureted, obviously not fuel injected, but looks pretty good. You do have the battery right there on the left side, so some pretty good details in there. Looks pretty good with the hood up. It does have a sunroof in there, just a popped open sunroof. Tan interior, looks very, very nice. And then, of course, the base deets have a little bit of suspension work in there, some leaf springs and stuff, some drive lines. That looks pretty nice. I do like the fact that they put the rivet right in the spare tire. It's pretty good. This is actually really, really nice. It's really, really nice. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I like the fact that it's in an acrylic because it makes it a lot easier to display it, move it around, all that good stuff like that. So it just holds into the acrylic just like this. So you just slide it back in there. Relatively straightforward. Get that to, there we go. And just kind of, there we go. And then snap it back on there. Good to go. The box art's pretty nice too. Box art looks really, really good. So SR5 4-wheel drive. Throw that right there. All right. I do have a couple of Matchbox items, which is really, really nice. I do have this guy right here. This is the Police K9 unit for Real Talkin'. Back in the day, this is the Kenworth and the police trailer, which looks kind of cool. Details on the back show some of the other Real Talking vehicles. Obviously, that's this one. We do have a launch vehicle here, the military one, and then of course this kind of a beach rescue. And then these were all single releases, and usually I think every single one of these had 2 colors as well. But they actually make sounds and all that kind of stuff like that. So we'll get this one out of here. It's a very large card. Oh, oof. There we go. There we go. Oof. Not really sure how it's attached in there. It's probably attached with some... Oh, look, it's not even attached at all. Oh, so nice. There's a police dog and a little sign in there. So I don't really care about those, but just want to show those because they're part of the packaging. So get all that stuff out of there. There we go. All right, so this utilizes the exact same trailer for all of Matchbox convoy trucks. The piece they have on the back here is added on to make all the bits and pieces and lights up and all that good stuff. The cab itself doesn't do anything. It's just a standard Aerodyne cab. Looks fine. It says police on there. Obviously, it's exclusive deco. It is pretty straightforward though. Lots of chrome bits on there. So, and no interior on it, obviously. This is the thing, and yes, this does work. This does work. So freeze, and then a dog barking, the lights flash. It's pretty loud. It's pretty loud. The speaker's in the front here, by the way. Sorry about that. Speaker's in the front. And then the last button. So just regular sirens. It works good. Works great. Really, really cool. I'm presuming you could probably change the batteries if you had one of those triangle screws, but this one still works perfectly fine. It's a little bit dusty from being in the package. Package wasn't properly sealed, but that's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. I like the fact that it still works. Like, that's the coolest part. It still works. So I'll put that there. One other Matchbox item I have. Yes, I finally have the very final moving parts chase for 2025. So now my moving parts are done, including the chases. So I'm really happy about this. This was the second chase of the year. Mustang, BMW, Monte Carlo, and then we ended with the Land Rover pickup. I was able to pull both the Land Rover pickup and the Monte Carlo from cases. The Mustang I had to trade with from my buddy Rob in Georgia. Appreciate that, Rob. And then this one I bought on eBay, unfortunately. But eventually you just got to break down and get it done, and that's what I did with this particular one. And then as per usual with the chase pieces, I don't really fight with the rubber tires to get them out of this thing. I'll just pop that out. I know it's a little ridiculous, but for me it's easier. I just would rather do that. So there is our CSL chase. This particular one unfortunately has a little bit of deco that has rubbed off from the packaging. That is unfortunate. This is what it's supposed to look like on this side. It's supposed to be the full SC logo. Actually, that one's kind of rubbed off too. So very disappointing, especially for a chase. Details look pretty good in the back. It says 3.0 CSL. The kind of Matchbox, but yet German flair to this deco is really, really nice. I do like it. The prints on the front are exponentially nice. That is like super high quality print. A little bit of print even on the little space between the hood and the headlights with your BMW logo. And then, of course, it's a moving parts model. So this one folds forward. It comes up. And get this to properly cooperate with us. So folds up. Hood. Go up. Get it to come up. Come on. There you go. So there we go. There is the deets in there. There is your inline 6-cylinder. The prints in there are ridiculous. Man, I wish you guys could see this a little bit better. You can see there's a battery on the left side right there. The prints just look so good in there, but the hood just doesn't open very far. Those prints are really, really good. I don't know if they did extra prints because it's a chase, but that looks really, really good. So base deets on there, nothing particularly fancy. Of course, rubber tires. A little disappointed that the deco is kind of messed up, but you get what you get. It's a mass-produced item. It is what it is. Very last item I have, muscle machines. Yes, muscle machines. Finally new muscle machines. 25th anniversary, 2000 to 2025. These literally just started dropping, at least around me. There are 25 models that are being released. I do have presumably everything from the re-release of muscle machines, but finally able to pick some of these ones up. The 2020 Mustang Shelby GT500. This one is in a copper color. There is a MM25 logo on the side there. This is not a chase. There are chases, just like before. This is not a chase, though. This is just a regular version. There is the entire mix that is slated to come out, all 25 models. I believe there's about 8 or 10 that I've seen kind of in the mix. So I kind of have like the lower end ones because I only found these once. So the Shelby GT500, which is number 10. We also have ourselves a 1961 Caddy in purple with some white wall tires. Looks really good. That is number 16. So I do not crack open my muscle machines in case you guys are curious. I just don't crack them open. And then the last one I have here is the 69 Mustang, which looks pretty good. Does have the big air clean or the big throttle bodies there on the top. This one also in purple as well. Not too shabby for number 21. So there you go. So there it is. That is episode 91, Diecast haul. Pretty long video, but not a ton of good stuff in there. But it's fine. It's fine. We've been having a lot of dedicated videos. That's usually what happens here at the channel. So anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about all those, especially those probes. I'm digging the probes. Totally digging the probes. Working on those DTMs. I'm very close to being done with those. Very, very nice. And let me know if you guys have seen any of those muscle machines popping up anywhere. Drop a comment. We'll catch you next time on the next haul. LMD. Peace.